Hi everyone, it's Rman here, and in this FEH New Heroes rating and analysis video, I will rate and analyze each hero from the latest summer banner one by one, and explain why you should probably wait on this banner as well. And I will also share my other thoughts on the banner, and as usual, the list of effects will be listed on the left. So before I start, I want to give a huge shout out to the artists who designed Summer Palla, because they have done a great job and they have drawn Summer Palla very they have done a great job designing Summer Palla, and Summer Palla in a swimsuit is just absolutely gorgeous. So be sure to check out his Twitter. Here is his Twitter, his or her Twitter, Gomashio Ponzu, and be sure to follow him or her. So first of all, let's talk about Summer Nino. Summer Nino is overall a good range nuke that can spread the undefended status on the closest foes, and she also has very good true damage. However, she does not have the brave attacks, and because Freyr is a thing, and Freyr cleanses her start of turn undefended status very easily, and Freyr is actually quite common on the highest level of the game, like the Aether Rays Fault of Heaven. So Summer Nino is not a crazy must summon range nuke, and you might think that you might treat her as a better rearmed Layla and with more true damage. So she isn't the most OP unit, and she most likely cannot kill the Black Knight. Therefore, she will also be likely stopped by Shield Fighter far saves, or the recent meta far saves like the Fallen Female Allure, or even Valentine's Dual Rhea. So Summer Nino may not be the best unit in may not be the best range nuke in the game, and there's not much reason for you to immediately summon for this unit. And therefore, I think that, like the midpoint banner, you should probably wait on this summer banner to save up some ores for the emblem banner coming 2 weeks later. And so you should not really summon for Summer Nino unless you really like her a lot, because she's good, but she's not that good. And with this game power creeping every month and having a lot of power creep banners, if you spend all your orbs on a mediocre unit, I think you would most likely regret it very soon, and you can't really use those mediocre units at release in this power creep meta and in this power creep game. So overall, I will give Summer Nino a 7 out of 10 for a ranged nuke. And next we have Summer Lapis. Summer Lapis is overall a good melee nuke with very good true damage and flat DR. And she functions similar to Bride Lapis, as she can also splash the share spoils status on foes after combat, and if your allies defeat the foes with the share spoils plus status, they would get an extra action. So basically, Summer Lapis can help your team Gale Force a little bit more, but be sure to remember that the share spoils plus status only gives you an extra action once per turn, so you can't suddenly make your whole team into a Gale Force team. That would be actually crazy and pretty OP, but the share spoils plus status does not function like that. It only gives you the extra action once per turn. But unlike Bride Lapis, the share spoils plus status actually splashes to the other foes, and you can actually kill someone with Summer Lapis and still get the extra action after your allies defeat other foes with the share spoils plus status. So she is a better Bride Lapis, but then again, she does not have no follow-up, and she might not be able to kill the meta near saves. Like, of course, Summer Lapis is not good enough to kill the Black Knight, the legendary Black Knight, but almost no units can. And I think that Summer Lapis cannot really kill Nitogger, who is very common, and I'm not sure if she could kill the red Nitogger, because she may have the color advantage against the normal Mythic Nidhogger. But then again, color advantage matters very little in this meta because all you need is true damage and flat DR. So I'm not sure whether Summer Lapis can kill the Mythic Nidhogger, but I think she might struggle because she does not have no follow-up against that matchup. She might struggle against the Nidhogger matchups because of no follow-up in her base kit. You might need some extra support in order to actually kill those more consistently. Kill the recent foes more consistently. And therefore, I recommend you to not just summon for the Summer Lapis unless you really like them, and you should save up orbs for the emblem banner coming 2 weeks later, and because that is almost a must summon banner, who will introduce a really OP emblem unit that can really just make all of your older units OP with the newest emblem effect. So finally, I will give Summer Lapis a 7 out of 10 as a melee nuke. And then we will talk about Demote Summer Palla. And before I talk about Demote Summer Palla, just know that I might have some bias towards her because I personally think that Summer Palla has the best art from this banner, and she looks absolutely stunning in her swimsuit. And again, huge shout out to Pawns who designed Summer Palla. And however, she unfortunately got the Demote treatment and she does not have a private weapon. So also her Demote weapon is just okay, and she mainly some true damage, and really her Demote weapon does not have much else. And probably the Arcane Giant Axe or other Rman axes will be just better than her Demote weapon. And she does come with a new near trace 4 skill, which is good for a Demote because you can get a free tier 4 skill out of a Demote, which is good. And overall, I think that Summer Palla has amazing art, but then again, she is just an okay Demote, and I might want to try to get one copy of her because her art is just amazing. But her base kit is basically unusable in the competitive game modes like Summer Duels S on the higher ranks, and even Ether Rays on the Fault of Heaven. You can't really just use Demote Summer Palla on your team without heavily investing her into her. And also don't forget that a new emblem is coming, and you need to have enough orbs for the emblem banners, and therefore I might not spend orbs on Summer Palla until July, because after the emblem banner, and if I have enough orbs left, I might summon for Summer Palla depending on the situation, because I think next month, July, there might be a mythic banner, and the mythic banner might feature Balder and Horde, who both I really want to get. So I may not have enough orbs for Demote Summer Palla, so I'll be sure to check my orb stack. And if you like her art like me, you could definitely try to get a copy of her on your free summon, but I think you should not spend orbs on the summer banner until the emblem banner comes out, because the summer banner lasts for 2 months, so really there is no rush. You can definitely wait until the good banners come out after this month, like the emblem banner. You can wait until after the emblem banner and wait until after the next month's mythic banner or legendary banner. And finally, I will give Demote Summer Palla a 6 out of 10 for the Demote as a unit, but I will give her a 100 out of 10 for her art, because she is absolutely gorgeous. And finally, we have Summer Celica. Summer Celica is an interesting range nuke. She does introduce a new echo style to the game, and which allows her to attack at free range and attack twice but only at 60% damage. Therefore, even though her base kit has very good true damage, has miracle, and no follow-up, only attacking at 60% damage is terrible in this bulk meta where every damage really counts. And the 60% damage output from her style actually destroys her possibilities of defeating the legendary Black Knight or even other meta far saves who all basically have Hardy Bearing and Erica Ring equipped, and the miracle in Summer Celica's base kit really just doesn't work because every far save has Erica Ring, Emblem Erica Ring, and to add, her base kit has 0 flat DR, which is a first for a modern unit, and therefore Summer Celica is very glassy and will 100% die to all enemies who either have Fatal Smoke 4 or can attack Celica a second time using a potent attack, brave attack, or even just outspeed Celica, and which are all very common in the highest level of the game, and therefore Summer Celica has a hard time defeating foes and surviving. And she also has a weirdly unusable Harmonized skill that is only usable if Summer Celica unequips her private weapon, which has true damage. So if you unequip her private weapon, Summer Celica will actually be doing 0 damage in order to use her Harmonized skill, which is just not practical at all, and I think you will never want to do that. And even if you ignore her niche and focus on her base stats, she can do damage. She has similar true damage to Summer Nino, and she can kill some foes, but she only gets her brave attacks from her new Echo style. Therefore, her base kit, if you do not use her style, you cannot have brave attacks, which makes Summer Celica really just kind of bad because she cannot really kill a lot of foes with only 2 attacks, and she does not have Desperation built in her weapon. She only has Miracle, and she has 0 flat DR. Therefore, once she suffers a counterattack, she is basically just going to die. And you need to pray that your opponent does not have a brave attack or does not have Fatal Smoke 4 in order to proc the miracle to survive. But even then, it's very hard, and most foes actually have most far saves especially have the Erica Ring, and that is the main problem. So the miracle strat does not work on the ranged nukes anymore. So therefore, Summer Celica, although she introduces a new niche, the new Echo style mechanic, the 60% damage reduction from the new Echo style makes it really just bad. And because after the damage reduction, her damage output is similar to Ninja Lucina, who right now I use her quite often in summoner duels, and every time I try and use Ninja Lucina to kill some some recent units like Fallen Maleer, or even just far saves like Nitager or the Black Knight, of course Ninja Lucina will never kill those units. So you can imagine how Summer Celica will do against those units, even though she can attack at free range, has brave attacks, but because of the 60% damage reduction, she cannot kill any of the recent units. So yeah, as a result, she might be the worst leading seasonal unit released this year, as her niche is actually quite limiting, and she cannot effectively defeat the modern foes with her new style, which is the main problem. Like, if you introduce a new style to the game, you need to actually be able to use it effectively, or else you are just kind of bad. And that is reality. That is the truth. And for modern standards, she is an okay range nuke, but definitely not top tier. Like, if you ignore her niche completely and just focus on her base stats, like 40 to about 40 true damage, but only attacking, but no brave attacks because the Brave attacks is in her Echo skill. You can focus on that, but then again, she is worse than Summer Nino because Summer Nino has the undefended status at least, and Summer Celica does not have any supportive, notable supportive effects. Well, she does give incited support, but that's not a lot, and she does give the sabotage and discord debuffs on the foe, but you can outsource that very easily, and a lot of units can have those debuffs on foes as well. So Summer Celica unfortunately does not stand out as a ranged nuke, and as a result, as her final score, I will give her only a 6 out of 10 as a ranged nuke, and I really think that you should not spend orbs just to summon for Summer Celica because she is not that good. But of course, if you like their art, definitely just go and get them because this game is about getting your favorites. And for my final comments, in conclusion, this banner is most likely a skip, like I've mentioned a lot of times in this video, and to save up orbs for the new emblem banner coming 2 weeks after. Yeah, and I think you know how important that is. After experiencing 6 emblem banners before, I think all of you who are still playing the game will understand how crazy emblem units are, new emblem units especially. And the banner actually has a lower value than the midpoint banner because units from the midpoint banner like Rman and attuned Fardra at least have fodder value because they are attuned or rearm units, and you can fodder her base kit to someone else and still not lose those units. But this summer banner has a lower fodder value, and you would lose the units you fodder off, you inherit their base kits too, and of course the fodder efficiency is just less good. And to add, the new skills introduced in this banner are not very OP, I would not say, like the SR low new B skill from Summer Nino. That has 15 true damage and it's 7 flat DR. That's okay, that's good. But then again, I think you don't need to get that skill out of your way just to get that skill unless you're building your favorites and you want to update your favorites with the best skills possible every time. Then of course you can get that skill. That's a good skill. But if you're not getting the best skills every time, and I think you should save up orbs, and you can just, if you really want some fodder, and you can definitely just summon on the midpoint banner instead, I think. And finally, I want to say that I may still try my luck and pull for Summer Palla if I have spare orbs left, because I am absolutely in love with her art. But we'll see about my orb stack. Right now it's about 275 if I remember correctly, but I wish to have at least 300 orbs, so we'll see. And remember, if you like any of the units from any banners, you can definitely summon, because this game is one of the main joys of this game is just getting units that you like. And on a side note, remember to log in and play the Tempest Trials event to get the free unit Summer Fugado, as he has amazing art as well, and he basically has the same weapon as Demote Palla, but a colorless dagger version. Thanks for watching and subscribe to see more videos like this.